In this video, we review some scenic bases from Elrik's Hobbies. Elrik's Hobby is a company that sells paints, scale 75 no less, tools, miniatures, board games, basing materials, and scenic bases, and a lot more than that. And they sent me some scenic bases to review, so let's do that. Bases from Elrik's Hobbies come in a variety of shapes and sizes, with beveled edges to normal slanted edges. They sent me along some Egyptian ruins, some cyberpunk industrial bases, some industrial urban bases, and more. Here's one of the urban bases I painted up for a member of my Malifaux crew. I've based my entire crew with these bases for a similar aesthetic throughout the entire lot. After some close examination of these bases, you can find a few bubbles in them, but honestly, bubbles in the bases really isn't that big of a deal. You cover it in some wash and dry brush it, or stick a grass tuft over it, and you're none the wiser. Terrain a lot of times doesn't need to be entirely perfect. In fact, it's not really the main focus. The miniature that goes on top of it is the main focus. So no one's gonna really be scanning or analyzing your base for resin bubbles. Another detail that I noticed is that some of their bases are different shades of gray, which I can only take to mean that Elrik's Hobbies is experimenting with their resin formula and trying to find out what best works for them. In terms of variety, I would say that there is enough. When we compare them to popular brands like Secret Weapon, we see that Elrik's doesn't have anywhere near as much. But we have to remember that Elrik's doesn't really sell bases as their end-all be-all. They also have a lot of other products that they provide. Another thing that's important to mention is price. If you look at a pack of 10 28mm bases from Secret Weapon, it clocks in at around $11.99, whereas if you look at Elrik for the same offering, it's anywhere from $5 to $9. So while they may not have as many options, it is a good value in savings. I actually own some Secret Weapon bases as well, so let's do a direct comparison. Do you see any major differences? Another cool little basing tool that Elrik sells are basing size converters. So if you have square bases and you want to transfer them over to circle bases for Age of Sigmar, or if you have Space Marines and you want to convert your 25mm to 32mm because GW decides to change it arbitrarily, well, then you can with these little things. Elrik's Hobby is an American company, and they make all of their bases here in the United States. So if you want to buy some cool scenic bases and support American industry, this is a good reason to do so. I like to rate all the products that I review out of 5, and Elrik's Hobby's scenic bases clock in at a solid 3. This may seem like a harsh score, but a 3 for me meets expectations entirely, and these bases completely do that. There's a variety of scenes, sizes, shapes, and edges, and they all come in at a lower cost than a main competitor. Enough about scenic bases, let's check out a mini person's model. Jubal! Jubal gave me his miniature a long time ago, and he's just getting started in painting, but he's painted some great stuff. He's got some stuff from the starter kit for Age of Sigmar. He's going for that heavy metal box art style look. It looks pretty dang good. I love the gore on the axe and all the edge highlights on the inner portions of the red armor on the corn dude. And checking out Golden Boy, equally just as good. Got the base done as well. Looks real nice and popping. Also got blood on the weapon too. These miniatures, if he paints his entire set like this, he'll have a good set of miniatures ready to rock and roll for Age of Sigmar. Thanks for the submission, Jubal. If you like this review, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Apparently those things help me out a lot. If you like the channel and want to support it, I have t-shirts and stickers available on my Redbubble account. Subscribe or die, and most importantly, don't forget to paint more minis!